Okay, good to be back. Now we begin with what is still the most trending topic on social media today, which is still this Okada KekeBan. Well, an update to that is Governor Sanwo of Lagos State has just inaugurated 8 new locally made ferries to boost water transportation, even as commuters continue to react over the recent ban on motorcycles and tricycles by the Lagos State government. According to the governor, according to Nigerians, the ban so far has brought untold hardship to workers, in particular due to hike in transportation fare. Meanwhile, the governor has said there is no going back on his administration's decision to ban motorcycles and tricycles in the state. He said, and he quotes, "We will sustain the ban on Okadas and tricycles mainly because of security and safety reasons. Security and safety of citizens is paramount to any government. As a responsible government, we will not fold our arms and allow any security breach in the state." End of quote. Also, the governor commissioned 14 speed boats and 8 newly locally made boats to enhance water transportation across the country. He also launched the Lagos Ferry services called Lag Ferry, which will take care of the operation of the waterways in the state for commercial purposes. The launch of Lag Ferry also came with a mobile app, which is meant to facilitate the services for Lagosians. 20 seconds, Mr.
Well, Lagos is a proposed mega city. Yes. So it's not a mega city yet.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the infrastructure on ground, it's not a mega city. So if they're telling us it's a mega city, they are lying to us. Well, it's an addition of what is on ground. For people living in Ikorodu, I think it's a good news. For those people going from Ikorodu to the highland, it's a good news. But what of those people that are not even in the riverine area? People living in Alemosho, people living in Gates, Iju, and all those areas, will they also be part of this particular ferry? It's good, it's an addition, because means of transportation must be buoyant for us with the population of Lagos. But the thing there is this, on motorcycle, particularly, I love that. I don't want to be able to be seeing motorcycle on the major expressway, but tricycle, because what tricycle carries and the way they come in the nooks and crannies of Lagos mainland out of Lagos is one of the things that Sanwo-led administration need to look. And if you really want to do that outrightly, you should give a succor, an alternative. There is what we call Korope. I believe that if
the small shuttle buses,
what you just need to do is very simple. Roll out about 1,500. Tell people to come and take it. They will sign. They will pay it in 1.5 years, and you use it to really cushion the effect of where you don't have tricycle and also the motorcycle. With that, people are going. If you know what people are going through, especially those people that did not have cars, it's so terrible. When you have to, some people are saying it's good for the body. That's different between trekking for exercise than trekking to go to work. They're two different things. Trekking has to do with for exercise. It's got to come from within.
It's voluntary. It's decision. It's not imposed.
And it's because
I get you.
Not even trekking.
Okay.
Trekking all the way from Agege to Yaba. Somebody, a boy on Seaways, happens to be one of my students, said he trekked from Yaba to where? I think to Ojuelegba. And he has to go to work 4 times in a week, because he's doing CWS, so he must face that.
No, Yaba to Ojuelegba is short. It's a short distance.
I'm just saying that if you have to, in fact, did you know that being at night, not having bosses to commit you, is a source of security threat?
Exactly, because you are exposed to
a lot of things.
Chooks, let me hear your take on this.
I don't know if you really want to hear me.
I want to. I really want to.
You see, people in government sometimes are very funny people. You know, sometimes they use some words, and I don't know if they sit down to think about it very well. Because of security. What are you securing? The people you are securing include those ones that are still trekking, that will be trekking in the dark.
They'll still rob them.
They'll still rob them. Are you really securing them, or you are securing yourself and making your government look good in this office? Let me tell you, I must agree, I must accept there's this level of sanity on our roads since last week. Since Saturday when this thing started, and that is given. But there's something about government people, they like to take the shortcut to everything. Nobody wants to do the real deal. You know, there was no law that banned Molue from Lagos, but Molue left Lagos. Because the then governor, Fashola, brought BRT and made sure he puts them on the same routes.
Yeah.
He did not say, we take away. No, gradually.
So the people naturally made their own choice.
You cannot see BRT and enter Molue. And then the price was okay.
Yes.
Now, I saw that they introduced, and then when they talk about this 8-boat and ferry, tell them that Lagos is about 20 million people. So they understand the population we're talking about. You do trip from Oshodi to Ajah, and you said it's 500. So if I walk around Ajah and I live around Oshodi, so I pay 1,000 every day. So it means the new minimum wage can go on transport alone. That's how I want to look at this. Minimum is 30,000. So if I'm paying 1,000 per day in a month, I've exhausted my minimum wage just entering buses. So you see, we need to, you know, why do you need to ban before you roll out? Why not roll out and allow both system to go? Then suddenly you see gradually people will, even if you have a better service, Nigerians will just abandon this guy.
Exactly.
And again, one thing they've not done also is you pushed Okada away from the highway and some exclusive areas according to them, and then pushed them to, you know, like in the Bible when they say when God pursued devil come to the earth, the angels say, oh, woe betide you, people, that this devil is coming to meet you. Where you send these Okada people, who is regulating the operation? Those places you say they should go and operate, are they not Lagosian? Don't they also require security? They also require safety. You just push them. I've not heard anybody say they must wear helmets, they must do this, they must be orderly.
Even to operate within
those places are Lagos. Okay, so that's
I get what you're saying.
Looking at. This elitist mindset, it's also...
So we need to be thorough, you know, with our policies, you know, and all that. All right, Mr. Alajobi, let me quickly hear you.
Let me start like this. I must give it to the Lagos State government for even bringing sanity on our roads. Having said that, I think they are trying to put the cart before the horse. It should have put in some palliative measures on the ground. In Oyo State, in Ibadan in particular, I travel there often. I see all these small cars, very small in shape. I was even telling my brother that, how do they cope entering these small cars? Say, they are used to it. If such thing could be brought to Lagos, Lagos is over 20 million people. You drove away more than 20,000 riders. You are bringing in 65 buses. No, can you imagine the number? Now, this Okada, I learned that some people started going back to their state. That's not the issue, because we saw some Okadas being carried in
trucks.
In trucks back to the state. That's not the issue. I don't understand. Lagos, they've been battling with this transportation system from time immemorial. They haven't got it right. The Commissioner for Transportation has not sat down, meet with people. I learned that they traveled to China one time, to learn what. If you want to learn about transportation, really, go to India, go to Pakistan. This is where you see all these tricycles being used to carry goods. Not human being, they use this tricycle to carry goods from the inner village, from the farm to the city. So I would just appeal. You are only concerned about the main roads. What about the inner roads? In my area there, you have to tread now. As old as I am, I tread this morning. I was sweating like a goat. Because normally, just wait down.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but...
No, you laugh now. It's laughable, it's so funny. Normally, I just tell one of my children, "Yeah, go and get me an Okada." Okada will park in front of my house, take me to wherever I wanted to go. But now I have to trek. Go Lagos State government. You've done a little well, but you haven't done the right thing.
Okay.
Get more vehicles on the road.
On the road. All right. I think
even talking about trekking, just 1 minute. Can we please reclaim our walkways? Because there's a danger of people trekking on the road.
On the road, because the
walkways that people are already taken over by shops and kiosks and then abandoned vehicles.
Yes.
So if you want us to trek, can we reclaim
the walkways? Okay, that's a good point. All right, Monday, Lagosians witnessed protests in various areas of the state. Yesterday, Tricycle Riders Association also came out to have their own protest, and a lot of them who claim their APC party faithfuls actually begged Tinubu to intervene in this matter. Let's quickly go see that clip. We'll be back.
Checking Lagosians. We are checking Lagosians. Checking to your work. We are checking Lagosians. Checking to your school. We are checking Lagosians. No Okada more. We are checking Lagosians. Oh yeah, no checking our bed. We are checking Lagosians. Oh yeah, Jacko. You say we go check. You go Jacko. Checking is good for the body. We go check. Checking Lagosians. We are checking Lagosians.
It's not easy to leave your state. You easy to just pack your load and be going to another somebody's state. No, it's not easy. It's not like that. Please, me as a person, I'm a bona fide member of All Progressive Congress. I work for this party as in, please, Mr. Governor. Please, Mr. Governor. We are under mandate of which Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the #1 leader. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed, I'm using this very opportunity. If you have to watch this covering, please, you need to talk to all these your boys. It's not what you have for us that they have for what you as Asiwaju Bola Ahmed have for. It's not what they have for us. If we want to do something like this, you have to mark a way of doing it. That look at people around walking as if there's a fuel scarcity.
Consider the enforcement they will, as in they are banning the Marua, they should please they reconsider. For like me now, someone like me, I gave soft loan to Marua people, almost 10 million naira. And if they ban us, I don't know how I can be able to retrieve my money. So they should not allow me to commit suicide.
I'm begging Lagos State government to help us, to let us to work. I have 2 picking in the university, and there's nothing I can do as of now. So I'm begging.
Checking Lagosians. We are checking Lagosians. Checking to your work. We are checking Lagosians. Checking to your school. We are checking Lagosians. No Okada more. We are checking Lagosians. Oh yeah, no checking our bed. We are checking Lagosians. Oh yeah, Jacko. You say we go check. You go Jacko. Checking is good for the body. We go check. Checking Lagosians. We are checking Lagosians. Checking to your work. We are checking Lagosians. Checking to your school. We are checking Lagosians. No Okada more. We are checking Lagosians. Oh yeah, no checking our bed. We are checking Lagosians. Oh yeah, Jacko. You say we go check. You go Jacko. Checking is good for the body. We go check.
Okay, trust Lagosians, you know, to make a joke out of every situation. Okay, viewers are reacting. Ben Idowu says, I know your guest, Adegbenro, as a stickler to what is decent, and he loves to step on toes based on conviction. The ban on Okada, like every other government policies, let's start the sanity from somewhere. So says Ben Idowu. All right, this other one says, please and please, the government should know that the disabled cannot trek long distances, especially those walking with walking stick. How can we move from Ikeja to GRA? Please make una help. Oh, God day from Matthias here in Lagos. Hello Galaxy, let this ban continue. Lagosians will decide who will rule them come 2023. Adegunwa from Ikorodu sent that one in. Okay, so, well, that's the situation as it is right now in Lagos State. I think there's a consensus on the fact that, yes, the ban on Okada makes sense.
Yes.
You know, to a large extent. But you see, the KekeBan thing is quite debatable.
Yeah.
Because there are areas in Lagos where even the small shuttle, the shuttle buses that have been introduced, some of them have been around for a bit, don't get to those areas. You understand? Only the KekeBan get to these areas. So what happens to people who live in these areas? You know, what if there's an emergency or something?
There's no way to go.
There's no, how do you, I think we need to look at that part of the ban, you know, for now. But Lagosians, let us all be patient. I want to believe that the state governor does know what he is doing.